In this video, I'll be demonstrating how to use Orca, Veridise's smart contract fuzzer, to replay the Nomad bridge attack. I'm going to assume that you're already familiar with this attack. If you're not, you might want to pause this video and review it quickly. Before we begin, note that what you see here is a prototype and may be subject to change. So let's start by creating a new job. And there are three things that we need to do in order to run Veridise's tools. So first, we need to upload the actual source code that we want to run the tools on. So I've prepared the zip file that I've prepared in advance. And let's just call this Nomad source code. Then I need to configure what tools I want to actually run on this code. So I want to run Orca. And then let's name this configuration Nomad Orca. And then I need to indicate where the source files are located within that zip file. So that would be nomad real source. And then I can create the config. And then lastly, I need to guide the Orca fuzzer by providing formal specifications that are written in Veridise's V specification language. Orca works by searching for a sequence of method calls that will lead to the specification being violated. So to replay the Nomad attack, we need to ask, is it possible to process a message without anyone confirming a message? So here's how we're going to formally specify this question. The meaning of the spec is first, assuming that nobody is actually able to confirm messages by calling these methods, it should be impossible for anyone other than the owner to successfully call this process method. So let me just name this specification. So that would be some sort of process property. And then now I can create and launch the job. So you can see that it is running now. So this job has been submitted to Veridise's servers, and it will stream the job details in real time. And we can see now that it's running the fuzzer. So we can give it some time. So it's going to, this is a prototype, so this is going to take a bit longer, but once we refine it a little bit, it's going to run faster. So it finished. And then you can see here that here are the calls that Orca tried, and Orca says that it actually managed to find a violation of that property, which is that somebody other than the owner was able to call process even with message confirmations disabled. So if you skim through this log, you can see that there's a bunch of constructor calls. So that's basically just from Orca trying to deploy the contracts. And the interesting bits are the last two calls here. So first, Orca realized that if you call initialize with the third argument set to 0, so if you recall from the Nomad bridge attack, the third argument corresponds to confirmation root. So when confirmation root is set to 0, that means that the confirm at entry for 0 is set to 1. And that means that the process method will consider any caller to be authorized, which is exactly how the Nomad attack occurred. So you can see here that Orca was able to replay this attack automatically just by providing a specification of a property that we want to hold.